All right, it's Monday. Hey, everybody. We rocking in. Yes, California, California. We want you to know we supporting you.
Oh my goodness, yes. Wow. Our
Oh
hearts
my
go
goodness. Our hearts, as you say, Tish, our hearts go out to
yes,
you
they
in
go out.
California. Oh my goodness. Oh,
Yes,
thank you. Look at the hearts. Thank you.
I love it.
Good afternoon. Well, good evening, everyone. I'm
Evening.
glad you listen. Look, we got people waiting on us, girl. Hello, hello.
What's
This
up?
is so
What's up?
exciting. Oh my goodness. Good evening and welcome to Oria's O'Shea podcast. Woo! We come on every Monday night, and it's me and my girl Tish. And we go in and we talk about everything again with H and N and R with our 50 years of experience. And I just want to say hello and thank you for joining us. You could be anywhere, but you with us. So thank you. And thank you for all the love. And please continue to have your people come over and like and subscribe because our little thing is growing. I'm like, okay, all right now. I want to thank you so much for the subscription. So thank you guys. Really appreciate you. I am Maria Lee Driver. I am the CEO of Oria's O'Shea, all natural body butter products. Started the business in Philadelphia. And those that don't know the story, out of my kids' salon in 2008, 2009. Got the product on the shelf at Whole Foods. I ended up with, in 3 years, I had 23 stores that I was actually making a product and putting the product in the Whole Food stores up north from Virginia to South Jersey. And that's how all of this started. It started organically. Country girl from Gloucester, Virginia. Didn't know what she was doing, but my background is college barber instructor. Did that for 19 years and ended up being an instructor, had my own school, taught in public. And then after I was like, whew, I'm done. So when I moved up north, I opened a kids salon. I thought I was done. I didn't have enough. I wanted to be with the kids. But those kids bought me a Oria's O'Shea. So I love them kids. I love Philly. I always give a shout out to Philly because that's how I started Oria's O'Shea. And the rest is history. I mean, I've done so much. And as through my journey, God just keep putting me in front of good people. And this young lady right here, Letitia Allen Joseph, I met her along that journey. I was basically probably maybe I was here. Were you here before I was? When did you? I moved to Georgia in 2014. When did you come?
I came in 2011.
Oh, okay. So
Mhm.
I was brand new, but she was brand new to the salon because she had purchased the salon. Like maybe probably was visiting the stylist at that time a couple times, and then the next thing I know, she had purchased the salon, and that's
Yeah,
how I met her. And of course, we bonded because when you start talking about DMV,
that's it.
I said I'm from the DMV. What? Wait, what? Girl, and we connected with that, and then she'll tell you the rest, but that's how we connected. So
Mhm.
I just want to say thank you guys again for joining us. I appreciate you. We love you, and all we here to do is to drop knowledge, what we know. Like I said, 50 years plus of experience between the two of us, and we just want to share because we can. I mean, we're on the other side now, so we can. This is what we do. We've done this through experience, and I just want to say thank you again, and thanks. So join us every Monday, especially y'all diehards. Oh my goodness, y'all diehards are here. Who is this? Is this Heather? Yes, it is. Hello, Heather.
Thank you, Heather.
And this
Tuning in.
is Haggle Tish right here. Go ahead, girl. Do your thing.
Well, hello and good evening, and thank each and every one of you for tuning back in with us on this fine
Mm-hmm.
Monday. We are excited to be back in the presence and the grace of you. And as for myself, Maria always does such a lovely intro, but yes, I am Letitia Allen Joseph. a licensed cosmetologist and barber and platform artist and educator as well. Whew, this journey of being in the cosmetology field has
Yeah.
definitely been one that I could not write my own book on.
No, nobody
The
can, right?
chapters are still being turned and created. But yes, I started in this industry at a very early age. I was 16. And I used to always tell people, this industry chose me. I did not choose it. It kept pulling me in. I tried to go this way. It was like, nope, this is where you belong. I left this industry so many times. I'm like, I'm supposed to do this, 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 and this. And the universe said, nope. Mm-mm. And so when I shared that, my clients say, well, if it wasn't the will, what would we have done without you? And I find that question to be very interesting because I'm like, you would have done what you would have
That's
done.
right. Well,
But they,
you don't want me to tell the story,
I'm
but
like,
they
you
still talking
would have
about
done it.
me.
You would have found somebody. But they like, no, my hair needs you.
No, mm-mm. They
My
still
scalp
dogging me
needs you.
out.
Yeah,
They
my
talking
scalp
about
needs
me.
you.
And I was like, I'm
Listen,
sorry. Buy the products. Yeah, but
the
you got to do
impact
my
is
hair.
real. And
No,
I
no.
would have never thought that the impact that we impart on people
Mm-hmm.
would kind of seal their life. Like it's really a thing. And
Yeah.
because this is not the industry that I would have written for myself,
Self,
I didn't
exactly.
understand that, you know. And so when they say no, what would we have done without you? And I'm like, you would have moved on. You would have
You would
found
have
some.
moved on. You would
You would
have.
have, but I think it's the TLC that
Mm-hmm.
they were looking for and they
Mm-hmm.
just couldn't find it. And I find that's where the niche is for me is I love on my clients.
Right.
I because
They love your personality.
right.
That's
They love that I
like
care. You know what I
exactly.
mean? A lot of
Hmm.
times and people can sense, if you're genuine,
Right.
if you really are doing what you were designed to do.
Hmm.
And so over the years being in this industry, the love that I have for the people and what I do, they feel it. And so because of that, they're like, there's no way you wasn't born for this. Because the way my hair responds to you, the way you make me feel. And so it's so very rewarding and I'm truly appreciative. So when you come into contact with people who share the same passion, that is what
Hmm.
continues to grow outside of your realm, and you stumble across amazing people and
Yes.
good-hearted people. And so
Mhm.
they come together and then you create this bond and then this union, hence the podcast.
Wow.
You
That's
know,
what happened.
and
That's
that's
how
what
it happened.
happens. So
But
you
it,
connect with, like-hearted, like spirits, and
yeah.
then, you create something. You create something that you can grow and build on. And that's why we're here. We're building on educating the public on healthy hair, healthy
Right.
scalp, healthy skin, wherever our license take
Hmm.
us
That's
to
right.
educate and share, that's what we're
Hmm.
bringing to you.
That's right.
So it's imperative that we say our truth
Hmm.
because we're living it.
We're living it. That's
we're
right.
teaching it.
Hmm.
We're expressing it on a regular, daily. Maria's doing it daily through her products, and I'm doing it daily through the chair. So
Hmm.
in conjunction, we're building something amazing, and so that has a lot to be said for why we're here. We're bringing this to you because we care.
We care. We care.
That's
And
them.
this is the time. I mean, the whole natural. Me and you even talked about this, Tish. The whole naturalness, the natural hair. Who would have thought 20 years ago that natural hair will be this? You couldn't you didn't
Mm,
see any anchors on TV. You didn't
no,
see people unless
no,
they was playing in Black Panther.
right,
You didn't see people walk around with the hair just natural,
right,
just having that natural look.
hmm,
You didn't see that. And the reason you didn't see it is because in the industry it wasn't allowed.
right,
You know,
hmm,
they wanted straight hair. They wanted um straight and shiny and silky and flowing. They didn't care where you got it from. And I think that's how the weave industry took
Mhm.
off
Yeah.
because I don't have that. Well, you need
Mhm.
to go buy some, and
Mhm.
they did.
Yeah. Ooh,
And
I
then
just can't
yes,
imagine the pressure.
yes, and
Yeah.
then that's what
Mm.
happens when someone under that kind of pressure end up going in to YouTube. No pun intended YouTube, but they go to YouTube, so therefore they can try to figure out how to do it because they don't financially they don't have the money to
Mhm.
go, and that's when you see the problems with the scalp, people
Mm.
hair falling out. You know the young lady. What did she glue? What was her eyelashes? What did she glue? And she had to go to the house. What was that?
The
Oh,
gorilla glue?
the gorilla glue. She put the gorilla glue on her whole.
Right.
Did she get that off of YouTube, or she just made that up? But what I'm saying is things like that. When you just the word you just said, pressure. When you under
Mm.
pressure,
Mhm.
you do things that you probably would not normally do if you had time to think about it, to plan it
Mhm.
out.
Mhm.
Because when your back up's against the wall, you got to make a decision. Somebody
Yeah.
say, "I give you this job, but you got to come in tomorrow, and you got to look this certain way, and you don't have
Mhm.
the finances. What you gonna do?"
Mhm. Find ways to make it happen, whether it's right or wrong,
That's right.
but look the part.
They'll look the part.
Mhm.
That's right.
Mhm.
And with that being said, like I said, we're here to educate. We're keeping it real. We're down in the trenches, one way or the other. Whether I'm making product and trying to bring your hair back, Tish is in the salon and she's trying to bring your hair back by showing you step by step how to take care of your hair when you're in her chair.
Mhm.
I'm gonna tell you, that's a wonderful combination. I wish
Mhm.
I had that combination when when I was younger, before I even
Mhm.
got into the hair industry, because
Mhm.
I probably wouldn't have been running from the poor lady that didn't poor God bless her soul, she's dead and gone, but her name she did my hair, Miss Mildred Marsh, God bless her soul. And when my mama came to pick me up, she told my mother, never bring her back.
You cut up. You cut a fool up
What?
in me. What you do?
I didn't even like my mama doing my hair. Why in the world this lady in this white? Because back then they were clean. They were clean. They had on their white dressing, honey, with the white shoes, the nursing shoes. They were
Oh,
serious. Yeah.
oh,
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. I went way, we went way back, and all they did was press and curl,
oh.
and baby, and I had so much hair, but it was virgin. It had never been pressed before.
Mm.
I was 9 years old, and I needed to get my hair
Oh.
done for something. I can't remember what it was for. And mama got and baby, when she came back, all you could see is the snot and the tears just
Oh.
rolling down. And I was like, "Hey, come back." She told my mother, she said, don't you ever bring her back here. And I said to her, "You ain't gotta worry about it because I ain't coming back. I've had a smart mouth." We laughed about that thing when I got older because I even got an award from the NAACP as the youngest entrepreneur with a salon in a shopping center. Like I said, I started so young. I opened my first salon when I was 19. So, but yeah, we laugh about it. She says, "Whoo, girl, you was something else." And she said, "Then you had all this hair, and then you didn't want to keep still." And and then she pulling it. I'm real tender headed, so we can't be doing all that.
You said we can't be doing all that.
We can't be doing all that. Even Sheila would come across. Sheila's the stylist in her salon. Sheila would come. She take them hands and come across it when she shampoo. I'm like, girl, girl. Oh, child, I ain't hurting you. Anyway, but
I,
that's my scalp. That's my scalp. Okay, I'm feeling this down here. You might not be feeling up there, but I'm feeling it down here. So yeah, but that was my experience.
yeah.
As when they call tender head or what,
Hmm.
that was my
And it's
experience.
a thing.
Oh
Listen,
heck yeah.
I had a young lady that she was 9 when I started her hair, and the misery. And I'm not a heavy-handed hairstylist, and the misery this baby. And I'm saying
Yeah.
to myself, okay. So
Look, mm,
one day,
mm.
I took this. I mean, come on, like really. I opened her scalp. She had lots of hair, but
Oh
it
God,
wasn't
that's the
long.
worst. I'm telling
It
you.
wasn't long. It was just dense,
Uh-huh.
right?
Uh-huh.
I opened her, separated the hair, and I took my finger and I just lightly pressed in the center of her scalp.
Yeah.
And the minute I lifted my finger, it was red.
Yeah.
Just this,
Hmm.
just this
Yeah.
move here.
That's right. That's
And
right.
I saw the redness.
Hmm.
Just from my
Hmm.
finger prick,
Yeah.
I said,
Uh-huh.
"Oh,
And you
that
know where that come from?
first time
Hmm.
I saw the scalp react from
Hmm.
that, just
Hmm.
a light press." I
Hmm.
said, "Oh, no
Hmm.
wonder she's miserable. Her
Hmm.
scalp is literally that tender."
Right. But you know what that probably come from too, Tish? You
Where?
said she had a whole lot of hair, right?
Mhm,
So
mhm.
her cuticle, it was dense. That
Mm.
hair was so tight on that scalp. When you open up that hair, baby, she was hurting. She
She
needed
was
release. She
hurting.
needed
She
you.
was
She
hurting.
needed
But
you. She
then I
needed
had
somebody.
someone with fine hair like that. It wasn't my
Oh, okay. Well,
mother
then
was
that's a scalp.
very yeah, my
Okay.
mother was very
Mhm.
tender-headed. She was
Yeah.
not one that we could
But I had
experiment.
a lot of hair, and I ain't want you to touch me. Don't touch me.
Yeah, my mother was she didn't have a lot of hair. She had very fine, wavy hair, but she had a very tender scalp. So I'm saying to myself, okay, you know, thick, thin, it doesn't matter. If the scalp is tender, it's a tender
It's a
situation.
tender situation. But mine, I know mine came from not being trained because when I was a
Okay.
little girl, I did not want my mother to comb my hair, and I would go
Mhm.
weeks. I'd be running around the house. You thought I was from Australia, Aborigines. You thought I listen. I can talk about it now. I'm grown now. I can talk about it. But yeah, you what? She say, Maria, come get your hair. When she call your whole one, it's usually Rhea. But when she say Maria, I said, that don't sound good. I would go hide under the house.
Oh my
Oh
god.
my God, we had a trailer. I would get underneath the trailer. Oh girl, I did not want to get my hair done. It hurt.
Wow.
And I had
Wow.
a picture, I don't have it anymore, but I had a picture of me sitting on, you remember back in the day you had the tin can? They used
Mhm.
to put store like breads and
Mhm. Wow.
cereals and rice and stuff. You would send. Well, she
Yes.
was sitting on a tin can, and you could see her pulling. And somebody got a picture,
Oh,
and I
wow.
wish I still have it. I don't have the picture anymore, but and you could see my all you could see is my brown eyes and the tears rolling down my eyes because, and she had me on and look, and then she had her thighs locked around me so I can get it. So I couldn't get away.
Mhm.
Yeah. So
Mm,
yeah, well,
mm.
so when I got older, I said I'll fix all of y'all. Guess what? I'll do my own hair. And that's how I got into the field of cosmetology. That's what that is what introduced me into cosmetology.
Wow.
Yeah, because I was like,
Mm-mm.
And when I started modeling, and I went to the agency, and the white guy, the Caucasian owner, he was like, "Look at all this hair. What are we gonna do with all this hair?" And I looked at him and said, "We all doing nothing because when you said it like that, when he said it like that, I knew I was in trouble.
Ooh.
I was only 15. I'm like,
Mm,
baby, you
mm,
already let me know you don't know what you're doing. You don't even have no clue what to do with this, and I'm
mm.
gonna let you do it." So that's when I signed up for cosmetology the following week, I think. And I and from the 10th grade to 12th, I was in cosmetology to learn how to do
Wow.
my own hair. And we didn't have that problem.
So you didn't hurt yourself. You
No,
wasn't tender on yourself. I mean, it
no,
didn't.
no.
Interesting.
He never touched my hair. How about that?
Ah, okay. So
Mhm.
you from that point on, you went every time you showed up, your hair was
My
done.
hair was already done.
Okay.
Don't mess with me. Mm-mm. Gone with that.
Got it.
Hmm.
Okay. Enough said.
That's what you talking about. Because my scalp was tender. And
Mhm.
like I said, he was talking about what? Who fixed their lips to say, what are we going to do with this? No, man. You ain't gonna what me? This is not how I roll. Like
Mm.
I was young, I was
But
naive, but
you
I
knew
knew
that.
it hurt. I know what pain was.
He was like, I'm not fooling with that.
No,
Wow.
what he said. So
Amazing.
what are we gonna do with that? We aren't
Mm-mm.
doing anything.
You said, oh
And
no.
so that's it. So I remember my instructor asked, why did they always ask, why did you choose this as your career?
Right.
I said,
Right.
I didn't choose this as a career. I came here to learn how to do my hair because I'm a model. That's what I said. And they just looked at me like, who is this? And that's really what happened.
Okay.
And I just grew to love it, just came natural. which I didn't even know
Mhm.
it came after. Like I said, I did hair at home with my mom and them and whatnot, but nothing. Learning how to do it, learning cosmetology and doing hair at home. Hint, hint, ladies and gentlemen, is totally different. When you learn
Oh,
the basics in cosmetology, it takes you into a whole nother room. It's just so much like
yes.
it's just like somebody said, I can drive, but they don't have a license. But go take that test.
Right.
Tell me about it. I
Mhm.
need to know what happened. Did you pass it?
You know.
Because you just because you know how to drive don't mean you can get a
Mhm.
license.
That is
Okay.
correct. Yes.
Okay. So the same thing, I went in there with the intention of learning how to do my hair and my makeup because it was cosmetology. And it turned out to be so much more. And it was so rewarding that my career, I wanted to be a police officer. I thought I was Wonder Woman anyway when I was a child, so I wanted to be a cop. My goal was an narcotics investigator. I wanted to be a detective. And once I got into the field of cosmetology, I said, hey, it's safe over here. And I stayed, and I stayed. But that's my journey. And that's what I said. My hair was the centerpiece of me being a cosmetologist because
Mm,
of myself, not because I wanted to go out. Cannot tell nobody I went to school to learn how to do people hair to make them look good. No, that developed as time went on. And I
mm.
saw how it made people feel when they look in the mirror and like, oh, wow, look at my hair. It never did this. It never felt like this.
Transition.
Then
Yeah. Yeah.
then that's when, as they say, I caught my feelings. I got in my feelings and I started saying, hey, I love seeing people
Mm.
satisfied. I love
Yeah.
that. I love being a servant.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
that's how I got into it.
Very rewarding, that portion.
Hmm.
That portion of it. It does something different to you. It kind of resonates in your soul a little differently than
That's
you. Yeah. It's like, and then they look back at you with this gleam in their
it.
eye, like, look what you did to me.
Yes.
And
Yes.
they're
And
happy.
they're
They're
very
like,
pleased.
and
Yes.
I'm like, no, that's you, and
Hmm.
they're like, no, there's no way I could have
Right.
achieved this
Hmm.
without you.
Exactly.
And so it's like, okay, all right,
Hmm.
all
Hmm.
right, I hear you, and doing
Well,
that time
listen.
and time
You,
again.
hmm As you guys can see, we got a vibe. We don't, we love you, but me and Tish, we vibe so much. We could talk all day long. Everything begins with H and end in R. We don't, we, I gotta look down and make sure nobody's talking to us. But and thank you guys on Instagram for joining us. But we would love for our Instagram people to go over to Rizzo Shea Podcast that's on YouTube because I'm giving it this to share some slides. And I'm not Vanna White over here. I'm not holding up no cue cards, but I do have them on the YouTube where you can actually, when you watch us on YouTube, you can see everything and you can
Yeah.
engage with us as well. And we want you to. We want you to engage. This is why we do the podcast every Monday. So I just want to thank you guys again for joining us. But if you can go over to Ariz O'Shea on YouTube channel, then you can see exactly what we're ready to share. Because other than that, you're going to hear us talking about it, but you won't be able to see it.
Yes.
Okay. So, oh, and another thing, wait. Happy for uh uh
Black History Month.
there it is. I was getting ready to
Yes.
say something else. I was like, wait a minute, I was going to say that's not Valentine's. Black History Month,
Not
yes.
yet.
Not yet, no. I was there, girl. I was there. Happy Black History Month. To all you successful people who have turned up on this month with your businesses, with your ideas, your vision. I just want to say congratulations.
Yes.
This is well deserved. Continue to climb. We make history every day, but
Yes.
February is reserved for us because hey, it's a love month. We love to be loved. That's one thing about our culture. We love to be loved. So again, um, happy Black History Month, and you guys do a wonderful job and keep
Thank you.
representing. Keep
Yes.
representing this. Okay,
Yes.
I love that.
Absolutely.
Thank you so very much.
Yes.
So, all right. Well, without further ado, I want you guys to know that you can go to Amazon. Yes, yes, yes. And you can get your hair dirty little secrets and how to make it healthy again. You can go onto Amazon tonight and you can purchase. Yes, yes, and yes. I've been waiting patiently. So I just want to let y'all know it is done. Woo,
I
it
love
is
it.
100 pages. It is 12 months. You can go from I have it set up where it's week. Each week it gives you instructions of what to do, how to do it, and you can journal as you go along. Oh my
Mhm.
goodness, it is so cute. It's so cute. So as soon as I get my copy, hopefully I'll have it by Friday. So next Monday, hopefully I'll have it and I'll be able to share with everybody.
Yes.
But I gotta do my due diligence, wait on Amazon to send my copy. But yes, so but you can go in there tonight and you can get your copy. And I promise you, it's 104 pages, and I did not disappoint. I did not disappoint. I didn't make it like a book. It's a journal, but I put so many tips in there and giving you ideas of how to do certain things. And me and Tish, we're talking about it. We're going through some things, but I have some things in there. The beautiful thing about it, you can just jot down your notes and you can track your progress every week. So at the end of the year, you can look back and say, oh my goodness, look how my hair has changed by
Mm.
me making these little changes. It's nothing big. It's nothing big. I didn't tell you cut your head off or anything. I'm telling you, I'm showing you how to get your hair back on track. Get your hair back on track. Because we are a little off track. So tonight we want to talk about the scalp. We talked about in January the texture. Hopefully you guys figured out your texture. If you did not figure out your texture, like I said, I have it in a journal, but we showed you how you can take a sewing piece of thread and put it against your natural texture, not the texture that you're gonna straighten out, none of that. You need to shampoo your hair, let it dry natural. And I have little snippets that I had made for the whole month of February. And I will start putting them inside of I have a community. It's called Oria's O'Shea Hair Journal. So go to Oria's O'Shea. I have a whole community that I'm gonna be putting these things in and
Nice.
giving you guys guidance and taking you on my hair journey. And then I'm also going to have testimonials from other people about their hair. But we gotta do this. We gotta do this. I'm here to hold your hand. I hear that all the time. When I first moved down here, I had a young lady said, "Oh, I just love your hair. Is there any way you think you could just come over in the morning and just get me straight?" And I just looked at her because she was really serious too. I said, "Babe, I don't do hair anymore." She says, "But you do yours." I said, "Yeah." She says, "But can't you do mine?" I said, "No, baby, I don't do hair anymore." She says, "But you want me to buy your product?" I said, "You can buy the product, but I'm not going to do your hair. You don't
Mm.
get me with the product." So now that you have the journal, the
Excuse me.
journal, and I can that is step by step. I'm telling you, I put my whole foot in this, and I want to shout out to Letitia for her salon, Savvy Elites, participating. She was one of my sponsors, and Wholeness Health Clinic in Williamsburg by Akara Thompson. She was also participating, so I want to shout out to my little cousin Akara. She was one of my sponsors, and I have her some of her ideas and pictures of her in the journal. So I just want to thank you guys for making it complete. But yeah, if you need a guide, this is a guide for you. Like I said, I take you week by week and letting you take notes and keep track of what you're doing. So therefore, once you get it down, if you don't get it down this year, then you should always go back and follow up, because I'm telling you, you got to put your hair first if you want it to grow. Now, everybody don't want hair. That I'm cool with that. I'm down with that. And we're gonna talk. We're gonna talk about the scalp. So you don't want hair, that's fine. But you still gotta take care of that hair. You gotta take care of that scalp. Okay. So we're gonna be talking about that. This is gonna be the series this month. We're talking about the health of the scalp. And you be surprised. People don't have no clue. They don't know nothing about their scalp at all. when I was talking about it, I did a couple series and I posted, and it was like, wow, like really? I was amazed. I guess it's just because it's a part of you, you don't separate it. But every inch on your body, which is the skin, the largest organ on our body, you have to take care of it. You just don't get up in the morning and just do whatever. You got to do something to it. Because I promise you, you get older, it will let you know you didn't do anything to it. Want it, Tish? It'll tell you. I can't hear you, Tish. Where'd you go? I, I can't hear you. So,
I said
do
it's
it
called
again.
neglect.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's called neglect. Okay. All right. Well, this right here, this first slide, this is my hair. This is my scalp. This is what you see as a healthy scalp. And when I show you the bad scalp, then you'll understand. And then we're going to talk about different diseases and different things that's on the scalp. Then you'll get understanding. Your hair grows when it's a healthy scalp. When you have issues with your scalp, that's a problem. You have to clear that up. And, I talk about my shampoo, I talk about my conditioner. And at the end of the day, sometimes you need more than that.
Mm-hmm.
But as cosmetologists, we're here to tell you, you got to start first, you got to get it clean. Let's
Yes.
get down to the basic and get it clean. Can we
Mhm.
see the scalp? Tish just told you that she had somebody, a young lady, she put her finger on her scalp and the girl her scalp was red. Can you
Yeah.
imagine?
Yeah.
I can't imagine that. I
Yeah.
wasn't that tender-headed. But just think, her hair was growing. Her hair probably was growing just like this. It was so tight. She had what you consider a tight scalp. And
Mm.
by it being so tight, it just, anything. It was just
Mhm.
air, like you said, it was just irritated.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
it could just been, who knows? How old was she, Tish? Do you remember?
That was at 9. That
Mhm.
lasted all the way up till she was 18.
Okay.
You
Yeah.
know, I
And that could have
mean,
been
I
just how that
had
hair was
her for
growing
the
out like
duration,
that. Mm-hmm.
and it was always a sad I you know, we're in the big beauty industry, and we
Right.
wanna see smiles, and we wanna see people
Mm-hmm.
happy, but when getting your hair service becomes extremely uncomfortable,
Right.
that's not rewarding for us or for the client.
Mm-hmm.
So it was heart-wrenching to constantly see her in pain, just
Wow.
trying to get her hair done, you know? So there are situations where it's not always, of course, she always loved the end result, but
Of course,
the
but the
lead up,
pain, you gotta go, yeah, you gotta go through the pain.
you gotta go through the
You
pain.
get into the pain, unfortunately,
Mhm.
and that's
Yeah,
unfortunate for
yeah.
real. Okay. So this is broken down. I just got a little chart so people can see, and I don't know how much you can really see on the chart, but me and Tish gonna break it down.
Mhm.
The first one is common. I mean, you know, it's just dry scalp. You see the flaking, far as dry, and then you see the dandruff. So those two go hand in hand sometimes. But there's just dry scalp. Like you got ashy hands, ashy feet. It's almost like
Yes.
you got ashy scalp.
Seasonally
And,
dry.
and it's not about you don't want to have dandruff. You just got dry scalp.
Right, right,
And a lot of people don't understand that. They think, well, I got dandruff, I got dry scalp. Well, not always.
right. Because it can
You
mean the
could
opposite.
right, exactly,
Mhm.
exactly. So, and dandruff, for those of you that don't know, that comes from a couple of things, but the
Mhm.
major one is when you get buildup of that oil secreting, and it
Mhm.
just sits there, and then it starts flaking, or
Yes.
you start picking with it, and oh
Right.
my goodness.
Yeah.
Wait a minute, Tish. Wait a minute. Wait a minute, Tish. We got to go down a memory lane. Wait a minute. Hold
Ooh, I knew you was gonna go there. Mhm.
it. Okay. When we were younger,
Mhm.
and I know they still do it now. I don't know if it's now that I'm older, I think it's a thing. I think it's almost like when people eat starch. You ever heard of people eating starch?
Mhm.
I
Mhm.
think it's a thing when you want to sit somebody between your legs and go in
It's
there and
great.
stretch.
Yes.
That's not healthy, y'all.
Right.
That's not good.
Mm-hmm.
That's not good because that can cause redness. That can cause pain
And
and
irritation.
irritation.
Yes.
And
Inflammation.
oh my goodness. Don't put anything on it like color or relaxer or anything. Oh my God, will set your heavenly Father on fire.
Oh,
And that's not
it's correct.
good
Right.
because the way I remember it
Mhm.
when I was a little girl that I used to see, I don't never remember my mom doing that. I don't nobody never did that well, ain't nobody gonna do that to me anyway. But I saw it being done.
Yeah.
And I guess they said they're loosening up the dandruff. Is that what the purpose? Because there'd be flying stuff, be just flying. I'm like, what is going on? It'd be flying everywhere.
Well, for some people, it was therapeutic, stimulating. It felt good, almost like a massage, if you will. But they didn't realize that you was could have been creating uh, almost like a reoccurrence,
And it could be breaking a hair.
and it could be
It-
breaking the hair.
we got a part, and then no, we part in the movement. No, baby, the way I used to see that thing. And then they had a little thing too. Oh, what was that little brush? Remember a little scrub brush they had, and they used that too to do something with the scalp.
Well, it's almost like you're fluffing it off. They thought that was kind of like exfoliating,
Mm-hmm.
you know. But we learned over time that is not what you do. You have to treat that differently. You can't sit there and fluff the whole scalp off. You have flakes everywhere. And I was definitely, I don't know what happened. I think maybe after my first child, but I had extremely bad dandruff. And I
Okay.
would have to do that. And I
Okay.
I remember standing over my dresser, the mirror,
Uh-huh.
and I would just go through my whole head, and it would just be a pile of just
But
flakes.
I think it's different, Tish, when you do it to yourself than somebody doing it to you because you know the pressure. You're not gonna hurt yourself.
Right.
When I watched someone doing it,
Hmm.
it seemed like, even though the person,
Mm.
oh, it feels so good. It you
It's like
don't know if they're
digging.
topping
Yeah.
right,
Dig.
digging, right, and it
Okay.
can cut the scalp.
Yeah.
And you gotta be careful with that because like I said, you can open that door
Yeah.
to
Cause infection and
like
things
the
like
next
that.
thing is swelling on
Mm-hmm.
this chart, redness. Then you
Absolutely.
start developing sores
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
because now you can cause that hair to grow, go back and listen.
Invert.
It's real when that hair grows inward on
Mm-hmm.
all those beards. It can happen the same thing.
Yes. And you'll get
The
like a
same
pustule.
thing. That's right.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I've seen that happen. Um, remember, they talk about the way you have it here with the swelling.
Hmm.
Inflammation can be caused by uh, plenty of that.
Yes.
Digging, scraping.
Hmm.
Um, that that term alopecia
Yes.
is some form of inflammation
Yes, it is. And
on
it's
the
under
scalp.
the skin. Yeah, because it's
Mhm.
coming up from under the skin. That's why you can't see it. When the hair fall out, you're like, why did my hair fall out? And I'm gonna get ready to share that with you. My hair
Yeah.
fell out. Why did it fall out? I don't know. But
Mhm.
it was something.
Something
Was
causing
it
internal,
internal?
because we talked about how hair grows through blood circulation, everything is flowing, right?
Hmm.
So if stress is a part of that, there's stagnation, somewhere. A lot of times, heavy stress, heart attack, stroke, because something is not flowing. Your
Exactly.
circulatory system is stagnated, and it can cause things to just stop,
Hmm.
right?
Hmm.
So areas of the scalp, hair growth stops, and
Exactly.
whatever was there on the surface, it
Hmm.
falls out. You know?
Yes.
So we have to be careful on what we're doing externally, because internally you could already be jacking your body up. You
Exactly.
don't even know,
Exactly.
you know?
Hmm.
So it's a lot to go with the scalp, and it's a sign of something else. Uh,
Exactly.
I had a client, I mean, her scalp was always inflamed with flakes. And I remember learning about the liver. The liver
Yes.
will send a message,
Mm-hmm.
help 911,
That's right.
and it comes out on the scalp. And
Mm-hmm.
when I shared that with her, she was a retired woman, retired twice, and she said, I'm gonna get that checked. Sure enough, she came back. She had liver and kidney issues. They
Mm-hmm.
had to remove one of her kidneys.
Wow.
And when she came back, her scalp was a lot healthier.
Mm-hmm.
Nowhere near the flakes that we had to deal with because there was something else internally going on.
That's right.
So it's
And
not always just, oh, it's just dandruff. No, it could
right.
be
No.
something
And
else.
I'm gonna tell you also too, water.
Mm,
If you don't get your water intake, it dries your scalp out.
yeah, the body
It
needs
will
help.
dry your scalp out.
Mm.
You got to, baby, leave them sodas alone. And if it's a treat, that's different than you drinking a soda two, three,
On the
four times
regular.
a day.
Right.
But
Yeah.
you got to leave them. So I have seen when I do 6 cups, and my son like, "Ma, you get ready to do waterboard and you drink too much water." But I could drink, when I drink 6 cups of water a day versus me drinking 2, my
Mm-hmm.
scalp tells on me. It
Mm.
tells on me.
Yeah. It's almost like that fight or flight mode. If you're just at the base level of putting that water in
Mhm.
and you drop below that, it's going to immediately react.
Exactly.
You constantly stand at that, oh, just floating, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
Just enough. And the minute you drop down, the body's reacting. So you have to
Mhm.
always kind of go over your limit. So when you don't do what you're supposed to do on a regular, the body can find its balance.
Mhm.
This body is smart.
It is very smart.
You want to believe it or
Very
not,
smart.
it will
We
let.
the ones that don't know. We don't know how to navigate our own body because it's simple fact we're not listening.
That's right.
What they call the gas light that coming? That's the idiot light that's telling you, idiot, you need gas. When something's wrong with your body and you feel an ache and pain here,
It's like,
okay, it's telling you something is
yes,
not right.
yes,
Something
yes.
is not right. And
Mm-hmm.
then we talk about the bumps on the scalp. That's when we talk about the ingrown hair. We're
Mm-hmm.
talking about infection underneath that. All that can cause problems on your scalp,
Mm-hmm.
and that can cause hair loss.
Yes, yes.
So, and please don't forget number one, medication.
Mm, yeah. And
That
read your side
medication.
effects of your medication. The little pamphlet
Mhm.
that you get,
Yes.
because a lot of times it will say can cause
Ye-
scalp irritation
Or hair loss.
or hair loss.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So, ladies and gentlemen, I want you to know it's not always the stylist's fault. Don't be
Mm-hmm.
blaming us for everything. The devil didn't make you
It's
do
never our
all those
fault. It's
things. Look,
never
look,
our
look, look, the devil didn't make you do all those things.
fault. We're just here to make you look beautiful. That's it.
This is a diagram right here. The lady before you can see she can see she can see her scalp was dry. I guess this is the way
Mhm.
they're showing is dry. And this over here is after. And that's your scalp's supposed to be it needs to be the complexion of your skin and your face. If your
Mhm.
scalp is white and your skin is dark, or is not, if your scalp is white and you're not white, there's a problem. And if you white and your scalp is white, that's still a problem because it should be pink or some other day. It should have some life to it.
Of
It
a
should not be
hue,
white.
have a nice hue.
It's
Should
right.
be like
Yes, it
translucent.
has to have a tone, some kind of tone. Okay, so but this is a before and after. So that's a healthy scalp to my right. I guess it's to your right
Mhm.
as well.
Mhm.
Okay. Now this is a picture of me. One day, um, I go to pull my hair up. I was gonna wear a ponytail. I was gonna pull it back or something. And I said, is
Mm.
what wait a minute, is this
Mm.
a joke? What? And I'm looking in the mirror because
Have
by
to
being
see.
on the side, it's kind of hard. So you got to turn and try
Mm.
to look too.
Mm.
And I could not believe it. It fell out. Now,
Mm.
mind you, I had all this long hair, and then I had patches. These
Mm.
patches, it wasn't even patches. See the bald spot,
Mhm.
and Um, I remember it itched over there. It itched, and I
Mm.
remember scratching it.
Okay.
And something, there you go. When you was talking about the liver, something was not right. And I
Mm.
scratched and scratched until the hair just went bald.
Wow.
And I did not know. And you talk about panic, and that's when I had a Rizzo Shea, but I didn't have the drops.
Mm-hmm.
And I had to try to figure that thing out. And look at that. I was a sad puppy. I had all this long hair, and then I had these bald spots.
Mm-hmm.
So your hair, just like your feet,
Mm-hmm.
hopefully we get to that one day and talk about reflexology and the importance
I
of the
love that
feet,
topic.
because baby, your hair, it's gonna tell on you. I
Mm.
promise you it's gonna tell on you.
Yeah.
You might not say nothing, but it will say a lot. And it took me time, a
Mm.
lot of time, to get that hair back growing.
And it's funny
Of course,
because I
it grew back.
remember that time. I remember you saying my hair fell out,
Oh
but
yeah,
you,
right here on the right side, it was
yeah,
all this was gone. Yeah.
yeah, you had so much hair that you were so fortunate that it covered,
Mm-hmm.
it covered those areas, and yeah, that was a really strange time for you,
Mm-hmm.
you
It
know.
was, and that stress. I believe once I went back to think, because I would never take a medication, but it had to be stress,
Hmm.
and me scratching. It was a combination, and I didn't have anything to do with my liver, but I was doing something with my kidney, so that could
Hmm.
have, and I didn't even know I
Mm.
was dealing with my kidney.
Wow.
So all of that, but thank God, there's a God
Mm.
that came back.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was just but that's what I'm saying. You gotta take care of the foundation, because if your foundation isn't good, your house
Hmm.
will crumble, as they say. It will
Yes. Yeah.
crumble.
Yes. Yes. Absolutely.
And when people say, "Oh, you need to go to a dermatologist," no, I didn't go to a dermatologist. God blessed me. He gave me the talent to use the product, Oria Shea, and I applied the Oria Shea. And at that time, I didn't have Oh My Scalp. I didn't have a hair treatment. So I put a little tea tree on it. But the problem with tea tree is so strong.
It's very strong. Yeah.
Oh my God. Oh, after a while, it irritated my scalp.
Yeah,
So
it's very
that
potent. Yeah.
very. So that's why I came out with Oh My Scalp, the hair treatment, and I took the tea tree out. I
Mm.
took it out completely. It's in the Rizzo Shea, but I don't have any inside of the on my scalp, because I didn't want that on the scalp, because I
Mm.
know it can
Mm.
irritate.
Mm.
And I haven't had a problem since. And that's
Mhm.
why I keep my edges. I make sure I put the product around my edges, because I lost the hair over here.
Mhm.
I can't. God, we can't lose
See,
it.
that's where the vanity came in. It's just
He was telling me to make the product. He was this right here on the side coming out. He was saying, uh, I need you to get prepared, because this could look just this right here
Mhm.
could look just like that.
Mhm. Mhm.
So thank God, I've yeah.
You would have had your bang that you said you didn't want.
Oh Lord Jesus. So this this is my shampoo and conditioner that I use, and my and I use in my hair. Matter of fact, I use that's why my hair looks like the sea. I like that big hair. I
Mhm. I
shampooed it
love it.
on Saturday. Now it did what I need for it to do on Sunday. So
Okay.
this is the end of it.
Okay.
But if I had really sat down and do it properly and had a
Mhm.
dryer, hint hint, or allowed it to stay in for a week and it dried naturally, it would be more defined, or it'd be a little tighter.
Okay.
So
How
I
long
like
did
to
you leave
rock
it
it
in?
for
Overnight?
another day, and then
Mhm.
afterwards I'm gonna rinse it out, because it's conditioner, and I'll rinse it out, and because I already shampooed it. That's
Mhm.
another thing too. And we'll talk about this, because we got 12 months. We got a whole lot to talk about.
Mhm.
But you don't need to over shampoo your hair, and you don't need to over condition it.
Mhm.
Don't pick battles where there's no battles. There's no battles. There's no reason that nobody of the African descent need to shampoo the hair every 2 days,
Oh.
every week. I don't know what it is now. If you're a man, that's different because with a man, especially if you wear a short cut, he's about scalp anyway. That's why we got to make sure his scalp is straight because either he's bald or he's got a low cut, unless you got locks. Now that's a whole different conversation. But what I'm saying is they can shampoo their hair every day. If they get in the shower and run some water over it, they don't need to shampoo it, but they can run some water over it. That's cool. But no woman with hair should be shampooing your hair every 2 days. You're not even secreting, you can't even, oh my goodness. What am I looking for, Tish? You can't, you're not
Well,
secreting enough oil.
I'm
You're taking the oil out before it can get in.
yeah. And but because we're such a diverse people, and I have to interject and say some women have shortcuts like the men, and I mean, I'm doing clipper cuts on women like it's no tomorrow now.
Right.
Like it's these women are waking their hair off and they want fades.
Right. Okay, but that's
So
different though. Right, right,
yeah, because
right,
so we have to include all
right,
females.
right.
If you're rocking a really low cut and they like it natural,
Hmm.
and they put their product in it, um, the buildup from the product when they wearing it so low, they gotta rinse and shampoo their hair every couple days. That's different. If you're having
That's different.
length, yes, that's different.
Right,
But if you're having length and you're wearing your blowout or your natural wet and go, yeah, that's excessive.
right,
Because, like you said, we need the oils
right.
to come back in. It takes several days. I know women with that heavy wavy texture
Hmm.
that produce a lot of oil, maybe 4 days, but every two is excessive.
Hmm.
But if you're a black woman, but you are of biracial um, origin, but you took on more of the ethnic side and tone,
Hmm.
but
Hmm.
your hair is oozing more Caucasian, you may have to.
Oh yeah.
So, you're going to get some variation in those
Right.
areas. However, when you're both parents are ethnic and you are rocking your blowout or your wet and go,
Hmm.
you know,
Right.
we talked about texture from
Right.
4 to 6 to 7 to 8.
Hmm.
That texture, and we're talking about texture now.
That's right. That
That
texture.
texture, you're gonna need at least 6 days
Hmm.
for that
Hmm.
oil to sometimes even think about trying to start.
Hmm.
It's normally that 8th day
Hmm.
when going into your
Right.
second week, into your, 8, 9, 10, when that hair starts to produce that oil because it's working that hard to get through the follicle and get through onto the shaft of the hair. So each texture is going to demand, if you will, something different. I
Right.
have quite,
Something different. That's
yeah,
why you need to know your texture.
it
That's
goes
why we
back to
did the
that.
whole month of January. Know your texture
Absolutely. What produces
because
oil? What textures doesn't? What one? Which
mhm,
one needs a little extra help?
mhm,
Which one doesn't need as much help?
mhm,
So yeah, it's vital.
mhm. And that's
It's
why I
vital.
did the journal because in the journal I break down all those textures
Mm-hmm.
and I have the chart and we show you how to figure it out. And just, I mean, but you just sometimes you just gotta woosah and say, let me start from the basic.
Mm-hmm.
And you can bring the hair back. It's just gonna take time. I
Yes.
promise you it's gonna take time.
Right.
It's
And
just
nothing
what
happens
I'm
over.
going through right now. It's this is gonna come. Uh, I don't know, but I cut off 3 inches of my hair,
Mm-hmm.
and it's still more to come off. But I had to start somewhere, and you'll see the little clippets. I even got the little clip. You'll see. I'm gonna post them. So you gotta go over to a Rizzo Shea hair journal. Go to the community, and I'm gonna be putting those in there. And I want to see pictures. I want you guys to engage. Tell us about your hair. That's why we're here. I mean, we could talk about listen, we can talk about us all day long. We got stories for days, nights, years, week, whatever. But
50 years
we
worth.
want, yeah, yeah. But we want to hear from you.
That's right.
We want to hear from you. And like I said, thank you to my old faithfuls that come on every Monday night so you can see me and Tish and hear whatever we got to say. I appreciate that. But that also tells me that, you on the hair journey too. You're trying to get your stuff straight. And
Mm,
that's important because if you want healthy hair. Now, like I said, everybody don't want hair. Some people don't want no hair, and that's why we said let's start with this. We're gonna talk about the scalp.
Mm-hmm.
You do want to walk around if you are rocking the bald head, which is beautiful. I've seen
Mm-hmm.
some beautiful bald
And
head
sisters,
women.
baby.
Oh my God.
Mm-hmm.
You
Oh,
just want to make sure you keep that scalp moisturized.
mm-hmm.
You need to get a little drop of some kind of nutrition,
Mm-hmm.
hair oil,
Mm-hmm.
Orizo Shea on my
Mm-hmm.
scalp will be
Mm-hmm.
perfect. And you need to rub that on every morning
Yes.
because I'm gonna tell you it gets dry. Men, the same thing. You need to put that on your scalp. If you rocking it, even if you rocking your hair low, or just a Orizo Shea, period. You just and then put it in your beard as well. You
Mm-hmm.
need to keep your skin moist.
Yeah.
Got to keep it moist.
Mm-hmm.
And that prevents. Look at us. We look good. Look, I'm almost 60, and Tish just got over the. She just came on over on the side. I use my Rizzo shit every day. Now what? You don't see no wrinkles. Okay, so something's working. Okay, I'm just saying. I'm just saying, and I've had this product now for 15 years, so I can speak about this because they say I'm the walking billboard, and I am, because every morning when I get up, from the top of my head to the tip of my feet. And Tish
Oh,
would
and
tell
she
you
using
the feet. She started with the feet. She worked her way on up. But I've been doing head to toe
and
from
I
the
know
day I
for a
started
fact she
making
used
this.
it on her eyebrows because I couldn't wax her eyebrows because she had so much of Rio Shea on her eyebrows.
I sat back in the chair. She said, excuse me, ma'am. Do you have some? I said, do you?
I said, this wax is not
She
hard.
said, I'm pulling and it just
What in the
slide. What
world?
is going on? I said, oh, I have some more. She said, you cannot come in here with the razor shell on your eyebrows because I can't get the
You cannot get the wax to remove the hairs. Oh, that was so funny.
Yep. So
Oh,
she is
my-
telling the truth. She is. She is
yes,
telling
she
the
is.
truth.
She is.
So she knew I used it from head to toe. You gotta. But I just want you guys to know we enjoyed you tonight as always. Tish, look at the time. We just be
Girl,
rolling with the time. Like, oh,
eight
you can't make
baby.
this stuff up. We listen. Regina. Hey, Regina. Okay, the question is, she's trying to get in me for the
Okay.
2 minutes. Okay. How long should you keep braids in to keep the scalp healthy? Okay, Tish,
Ooh.
you the braider. Go ahead. That's
Ooh.
yours.
Limited braiding. I'm putting that in the universe. Anyway, so when it comes to braids, y'all gonna be mad at me for this, but 4 weeks should be max. Y'all like 2 months. I know y'all like your 8 weeks. You don't pay that 225 or that 185, but the scalp is saying because of that cankalon that blended in, 4 weeks is should be the max. We have abused the braid time, hands down, because that by that fourth week, that scalp is saying, I need water, I need oil, and I need to be cleansed. So a lot of times when you go that 6 to 8, there's so much buildup. When you take those braids out, guess what? That's not normal. We've accepted it, but it's not normal. So 4 weeks, the scalp jumps back into beautiful condition, and so does the hair. But when you start to go past that, that's when you start to get the extra dryness,
Oh
more
yeah, they don't
shedding,
like you.
more brittle. Yeah,
They
I
don't
know.
like you. That's why they gave the question at the end, so they don't have to
Yeah,
beat us up.
I'm sorry. We've been doing it too long. 4 weeks.
Well, hopefully, Regina, that helped you out because wow, Tish, it's that time.
It
And
is.
Regina, thank you so much. She
Thank
said, oh,
you,
she said she
Regina.
got it. Thanks. So she laughing. So, but I just want to say thank you guys who participated. Please share with your friends and family. We're trying to get our subscription up because a lot of people are trying to, we out there. We listen, they need to hear this. And we just talking among friends. Isn't that right, Tish?
That's
Among
right. That's
friends.
right.
Y'all all our
We've been doing
friends.
this.
Yes, we do. We do. But for California, we want you to know that we love you Our
Mm,
hearts are, well, let me get it. Our
yes,
hearts
yes.
are out to you. Yes, yes, yes.
Oh, thank
And
you,
to
thank
all of
you.
you that tuned in tonight, I want to say thank you. We love you guys. And next Monday, you got to come back because we got some more. This year is going to be all about the hair. What? We're going to get that healthy hair back. Good night, everybody.
Mwah.
Take
Good
care.
night.
Bye.
That was great. The question.
Guys, and next Monday, you got to come back because we got some more.